I'd like to introduce one of our speakers. And our first speaker for this awesome workshop is going to be Jorge Cano, and he's going to talk about Webs 4.0, the regeneration of the web. And we're waiting for Jorge to be brought up to stage. Hello, Jorge. Welcome.
Hey.
It is
Good
a
something.
pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you. Well, Jorge, I'm gonna let you take the stage, and excited to have you here with your workshop. Cheers.
Thanks. Okay, so welcome to all. My name is Jorge. I'm from Argentina. Do you like my... Yeah, it's a nice logo. Yeah. I don't like Angular already. Okay, maybe a little. But okay, so I work as principal engineer in Hero Devs. I'm one of the Scully core members and creator. So I will talk about Scully, but Scully is an open source static site generator for Angular. I'm Google developer expert from web technologies and performance. So it's strange, it's web performance really, but it's that. And Angular developer expert. Yeah, it's a program for Google, and I'm not Googler, I'm not nothing. It's just a program for non-employees. So I'm streaming all days in YouTube, but in Spanish. So this magic is only in Spanish normally. But Diana asked me, or my beautiful friend Kotufa asked me for speaking English, and I'm here. So I created a meetup in Shivirus, and I have a podcast. That's all, basically. That is me. So we'll talk about evolution, no? When you think in evolution, maybe you think in something like that, but not. We will talk about the evolution of the browsers. Yeah, it's not so funny. So I prefer that evolution, but when I talk about the evolution of the browser, yeah. So I don't know if you remember, but something like 15 years ago, all the webs looks like this one, this beautiful Homer web page. No, I love it, but really I love it. And we will talk about something. What's the pixel perfect? Pixel perfect. I don't know if you remember, but I remember use a perfect pixel for all my webs. So the text is in Spanish for this, but when people say, hey, I can create a page, and this page will have 100 of width, 100 pixels for 100 pixels. And this was 1,000,000 of pixels. So this man create a pixel, so create 1,000,000 pixels and sell all pixels for $1. So you can buy this for $1, no? And this guy create the first web, get $1 million. So we really work in the pixel perfect, yeah. So who worked that? Normally we use Python, PHP, JSP, or ASP.NET, or just ASP for create a page, yeah. So we have a client, the client showing to the URL create a petition to the server interpret the PHP, generate an HTML, and return the result. Yeah, this is really, really old. I'm reading the chat sometime, and you are talking about Atom, Visual Studio Code, or Sublime Text. I'm talking about Notepad or Notepad++, if you are really lucky. So I'm talking about really, really time ago. But yes. So appear this beautiful thing. Yeah, this beautiful thing, and the name of this is jQuery. Yeah, please all put your hand up in the chat if you use jQuery, or if jQuery was the first library in your frontend. because we don't say frontend at this time. We say, hey, you need to write some JavaScript or some jQuery, because we don't say JavaScript. We say, hey, you need to write some jQuery thing for X or A. And jQuery really take a lot of page when Apple or really Steve Jobs killed Flash in the web. And for me, it's a big win. I remember that day. So all the page with the magic, with the moves and all the things, all the menus, with all the interactive menus with animation and all of this, some like 10 to 15 years ago was in Flash, or maybe I will say 10 because it's okay. All I was in Flash. You have a menu and all this magic, but it's Flash task, no? So we love jQuery. Yeah, now all say, oh, jQuery, and this is spaghetti code. That we love jQuery when we use. Okay, so this changed a lot because now your HTML have JavaScript. You can create a post with async data, and after you in your server you can have one file like hashtag.php, get the data and return to the JavaScript. And after in JavaScript, you can move the web. So I will call this Web 2.0. Yeah, the Web 2.0, 2.0. 2.5 appear AngularJS with others, no? But maybe the most important was AngularJS. My real love with Angular was with AngularJS 0.9. Yes, so I'm a little old now. I feel old, but no, this is so magic. Angular create this, not Angular, but the power of the model view model, no, or this UVM, create a different cycle because you never change your page. You really have one page, you change the route, but prevent that. So now we can talk about the Web 3.0, the front end. Now we have a special name, front-end developer. I'm creating web apps, no? And all of these things with Angular 2.0 and after Angular, with Vue, with React, and now with the Spell. But what is this? I say, hey, this is the 3.0 because we can just create all entire app shut with these frameworks, no? So you can create all the app with that. After you can have some endpoints, microservices, Firebase, where else? In the backend for only get data, but you don't need more. You can create a game just with this type of frameworks. Yeah, but the problem with that is you need load a lot of kilobytes of data. And Lighthouse, it's really cool when you have all in green. But the problem, it's normally the app at the first don't get everything in green. So if you have a really cool Wi-Fi like this, I love that image. It's magnificent. So you will get maybe this type of values, no? 75 personal, but this is not really good numbers. If you think, hey, my first paint is after 2 seconds and my speed index is in 3 seconds, it's a lot. The time to interactive from one people, it's 7 seconds in a desktop. Imagine in mobile, no, in your cell phone, it's like crazy. So you need pass from this to something better. So I will talk about the 4.0 of the 4.0 magic. And I'm called return to the origin. Why? Because we start to use another techniques like the server-side rendering. So the thing is, in the server, we render in all and send to the front end. Yeah, so send to the client, really. And when you send to the client after Angular load or React load or what else load, yeah? So basically, you render in the backend or in the server side, like PHP, ASP, JSP. We talked about that these frameworks, no? PHP, ASP.NET, JSP, I'm Python, no? So now we continue rendering in the server and send directly the pre-rendered data. But appear the static site generators. This is part of the sham stack. Yeah, I have a lot of different static site generators. The sham stack, it's an idea, or it's an idea from sham stack is JavaScript, API, and markup. So basically, it's a lot of things, but are static. You can serve in just like, I don't know, you can use a CDN. Yeah. So you will not render anything because your CDN, Firebase, Vercel, others, CDNs, only will serve the static site. So you will have a static site. Okay. And I say, hey, I'm working in Scully. I'm one of the core team members. Scully is open source. Yeah. So at Scully, it's part of the sham tag. Yeah. So we made Scully for be an static site generator for Angular. Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine you have a really good idea. And I say, okay, if you build with Angular, you can just use Scully. But if you have an Angular app now, at this moment, after 2 years working with Angular, I need to change all for use Scully, like Gatsby, because if you create a Gatsby app, it's not a React app, it's a Gatsby app. So basically, Scully take your Angular build for rebuild your page and create a static site generator. So I will say, hey, it's time to demo. It's demo time, but really we will change to some show time. Yeah. So I'm going here. Okay, I'm here. Yeah. This is the code from Scully. I will not debug or nothing. I need just presentation mode, view, tools, project. So this is the code from Scully. Yeah. The Scully page, it's here. It's built by Angular. It's made by Angular, but built after by Scully. Yeah. So I will show in a second a Lighthouse report. Yeah, we will get a report really, really, really fast. Pam, 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 pam. This is time when I'm singing or dancing, but it's fast. Yeah. So let me show performance 100. Good. First, contentful paint 0.6 seconds. That is fast. Speed index 0.7. And if you check after I'm sharing my screen, I'm sharing my video, I'm talking, so I'm take a lot of internet things, a lot of connection of my internet connection, but I have a really fast build, a really, really fast build. So it's like in the moment. So I say, hey, this is built with Angular. Yeah, I will check my app, Scully Docs, and this is an Angular app. If you check the source, we have all the Angular app. The main, we have the components, the page, and all. So Jorge, it's impossible. An Angular app, really, the first content page, it's at this time, it's impossible. So what is the thing? In the CDN, in this case with Firebase, we are using the build from Scully, and the build from Scully, from this Scully app, is in dist let me show, is in this. Yeah. This app, I have the Scully docs. This is the docs from Angular. If you check, I have an Angular app. I have the app root. All the content it's come from here. So Angular won't load, run all in the app root. But if I'm going to static and doc site, we will see we have more data here, but we will have a full HTML page. If you see, I have the Google Analytics, LogRocket, import the fonts, all the content from the HTML. Yeah, you can check docs, router links. So basically, Scully take your Angular build and move to an HTML only, HTML and CSS. So I will just disable JavaScript. Yeah, any app for Angular, React, Vue, other framework library JavaScript work if you remove JavaScript. So I will reload and you check it's disabled JavaScript and this work. If I'm going to the docs, I can check the docs. I can navigate, all work. If I'm going to the menu, I can change to Spanish, English, and all work really, really fast. And we are not using JavaScript. So the idea of any static site generator and Scully, it's move from Angular to your static, it's just the HTML and CSS. But this is not only for documentation page. This is not only for blogs. It's really cool because you don't need JavaScript for your blog. This is for any Angular app. So you can get the faster load. You cannot get in with Angular only. You cannot get anytime these times of load. But with Scully, you can get the faster load. And after Scully, change your app to Angular. So if you have an e-commerce, if you have other app, you can just change. So your first paint will be really faster. Google will love your app because all the metrics growing, because if you build faster and show faster all the things, if you can render faster, all your metrics in Google will be up. You will have a better SEO. You will have a better scores. You will have a lot of things thanks to this. So you can use Scully to generate your static site, render that. So send the build from Scully, distribution files from Scully, and Scully change your HTML after for your Angular app. So the people can interact with your application really fast in mobiles, in computers, with 3Gs, slow 3Gs, or any not really good connection. And you will get the more faster load you can get. So that's all. Thanks. I don't have a lot of time. I don't know if I'm using more time than I have. But thanks all.
That was amazing, Jorge. As usual, thank you so much. Your presentation was amazing. I'm really looking forward to also contributing to Scully. We'll see if we have some questions. In the meantime, I do have a question. How easy is to contribute to Scully, and what kind of contributions are you looking for?
So I think the contribution I really love, and maybe it's the more difficult contribution, it's helping to the docs. It's really difficult to write docs, but we use GitHub. The GitHub from Scully, it's Scully.io. We use a monorepo, so you can get all with one place. You need only run one command to get all. So it's easy to collaborate. We use all the issues. We help to the people to collaborate. we have an office hour every Tuesday. Yeah. If you go to Scully.io in Twitter, you can watch the time, because for me it's at 3, but it's different to the different place of the world. But I think you can help in wherever you like. We are happy to help people trying to help us to contribute, because we love. But maybe the easy way to contribute is create plugins for Scully.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, people, this is Jorge Cano from the Scully core team. You can find him on Twitter. There's his Twitter on this slide. Thank you, Jorge. I can wait to get to start working with Scully. Thank you so much.
I'm waiting. See you. Thanks all.
Yeah, thank you.